Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. Here's another great Sinatra 101 story. So Frank worked for Capitol Records. Johnny Mercer started Capitol Records and then sold it, made a lot of money. Frank saw that and said, I can do that. So he formed his own record company in 1961 called Reprise Records. He brought over all his fans and friends, everybody from Ella to Dean to Sammy and a bunch of other people. And he did well, so well, about 5 years later, Warner Brothers comes up and says, Frank, we want to buy your label. He says, you can have it. And he made a ton of money. So in 1965, he goes in to record his next album, and next song is That's Life. Frank goes in, knocks it out, one take Charlie he is, and he starts walking out. And the producer says, hey, Frank. Frank says, what do you want? He says, come on back. Frank says, what for? They said, we want you to do it again. Frank said, no. I've been doing this 30 years. That's the take. Use it. They held up the contract and said, hey, Frankie, baby, we call the shots now. Well, that infuriated Frank. He walked back in, ordered every musician back up on the stand, impatient, said, let's go, let's go. And then they started the song. Now, next time you hear this song, listen closely, because the growl that's in the beginning of that is very intent and very real. But halfway through it, Sinatra hears himself and says, man, they were right. And he takes the song out for a sail. So he really blew through that tune, and they were right. And here's how he did it. That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that too. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
That's life.
And as funny as it might seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a tree. But I won't let it get me down, 'cause this final world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, but I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
And I'll tell you, I can't deny it. Many a times I thought I'd cut now, but my heart won't buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd hop on that big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, but I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
That's life. And I can't deny it. Many a times I thought I'd cut out, but my heart won't buy it. So if there's nothing shaking come this year, July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me.